up your map or whatever it is.
Alright guys, save your games, if that's even possible. No!
You just died.
You just die?
Just one change it up.
Alright, save your games. Let's get this Kraken here. Let's get Kraken like the Kraken.
You attempt the Kraken.
So we're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and set the IKs for the other legs before we go bananas on the controls here, because I think last time we had some issues.
Where's the old, where's the,
What's the what?
how do you say that again? Like the joints always, when you open it, it's small.
If you go to display, animation, joint size, then you can crank that up.
Didn't we set the IKs already?
We put the IKs on one leg, but this guy has 6 legs.
I thought we did all
It was like on 10 for joint size, right?
I put it on 15. But basically we need to go ahead and do the IKs for all these legs. You know what? Actually, we can go ahead and just create the controls. That's fine. Because we did the one leg. So if you guys open up the hypergraph window, hypergraph hierarchy, you should have this view on the right. And if you scan window hypergraph hierarchy, and if you move all the way over to the right, you should see an IK hierarchy that looks like this on that leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them, and they should look like this. And this is the IK structure that we have in our leg. So the first thing we're going to want to do is group this first IK handle. So go ahead and group that. So select your first IK handle here and hit Control G. And let's go ahead and name this group. You can actually name it right in the hypergraph hierarchy. Yeah, you should be able to just right click it and rename. And we're gonna rename it, we'll call it, that's the left leg, so what do we call front? F for front, L for left. Actually, let's call it L left front, and we'll just call it leg. Left front leg. L F leg. Le flag.
Elf leg.
Elf leg.
Elf leg.
Alright. So now if you move that, you'll see that it moves the actual leg, but what's weird about that group? Can anybody tell me? Anybody know what's weird about that group when you move it? The pivot's off. Yeah, that pivot's off. So what we want to do is we're going to actually have this control parented to this controller here, this circular controller on the bottom. But before we do anything to that, we need to go ahead and let's go ahead and duplicate this control out because we're going to use it again. So hit Control D on it and just move it off to the side. We're going to use that for other legs. So we just want to copy that control before we start doing stuff to it. And the next thing we're going to do is on this particular control, go to Edit, Delete by Type History, modify freeze transformations. Edit, delete by type history, modify freeze transformations. And that just tells Maya that, hey, where this is at right now is where it's at from 0, like it was just created there. So now what we need to do is we are going to parent the LeFlag underneath that control. So in the hypergraph editor, you can actually we need to rename this LeFlag, do that LeFlag group. So rename that LeFlag group, or you can do GRP. That's the shorter. Typically, like in any application you do, it's always smarter to use the least amount of letters possible, because that historically that usually screws stuff up. Okay, so we need to show the pivot point for this circle here. So select the circle and hit Control A. And then in your attribute editor, you'll see something that says NURB circle. There's the tabs in the attribute editor. Go to the far left tab, and you guys all know how to make the pivot show by now. It's under pivots, it says rotate pivot. You want to snap the pivot point of the LeFlag group to that rotate pivot. So again, we all should know how to move pivots. You select the group, hit insert, and then V-snap the pivot, and then hit insert again. So the pivot point for the group should be at the rotate pivot of the circle. So when I select LeFlag group, that pivot point should be snapped to that. Does anybody need help? So I'll go over this one more time. You just select the circle, then hit Control A, and the attribute editor will pop up on the right hand side. Then you click on the far left tab, scroll down, and you'll see pivots, and check on display rotate pivot. Then you'll see the pivot of that circle. Then you can change the pivot point of LeFlag group to, you can V-snap it to that circle pivot. And then you can rename that NURB circle. This one we'll call LeFlag. And then parent the group under that. Parent the group under that, under LeFlag. Parent LeFlag group under LeFlag. So you can just middle mouse drag LeFlag group onto LeFlag in your hypergraph, and it'll parent it under it. Either that, or you can select the group, then shift select the leg and hit P. You can parent it either way, but it should look like this in your hypergraph hierarchy. So LeFlag group is under LeFlag. That way when you move the circle, it now moves the leg. Everybody got it? Anybody need help? So your structure should look like this. We named that circle Lefleg, and then we parented Lefleg group under Lefleg. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create the claw open and close motion. And what we need to do is group. You can see you have IK handle, these 3 IK handles, which are the claws. And I'm pointing to them up here so you can look. You've got 1, 2, and 3. We need to group all 3 of those individually. So if you select this one, and this one, you see the ones I have selected. Group them individually. So select one, group, Control G, select the other one, Control G, and then the other one, Control G. And I'll do that again. So this is our structure. We need to group this one, and this one. I'll highlight them, and you can see which ones to group. So they each need to be grouped individually. So you just select them and hit Control G. Is anybody behind? Anybody need any help? You need help? Chris, are you behind? Can you help these guys?
Yeah.
Candyman.
Yes.
What's that? Okay. So
Yes, that's the flag. Circle's called the flag.
That one there, right? So you can see, did you see the toe?
Sharon. That.
Control G, group it, right? And find next toe, like, is that one there? Control G, group it, and the last step. Like that? Oh, Control C. You don't have to do it all together, it's just one. Hold on. Just back it up.
Middle mouse track.
You got it up here? Oh, yeah.
Now group the 3 nodes I have selected individually up there. Alright, everybody got these grouped? When you group them, they should look like this. So Control G, Control G, Control G. And we'll name these groups just right click on them and go to rename and call this like, I don't know, claw 1, claw 2, claw 3. Claw 1, claw 2, claw 3. Cool.
Now you're gonna get sued by Disney.
What are you talking about?
That is obvious breach of copyright.
Chris, what are you talking about? Is this the wrong friggin' claw? Okay, so now we need to set the pivot points of these claws to their respective claw bones. So select the groups and then hit insert and then move those to the one that it's actually rotating. So you can rotate it, you can see which one it moves, and then move the pivot point, V-snap the pivot point to the bone. Why is it doing that? That's freaking weird.
The pivot point is already where it is.
What?
My pivot point is already there.
Claw 1 seems to be working. Weird.
I think you got grouped up. Yeah, you got it in the right group. And in each group, these three right here. I think, yeah, I think you were doing that thing.
Why is that adjusting that? That's weird. That's weird. Why is that doing that? Is anybody having weird toe issues?
I think I am. Oh, wait, no, maybe.
My ankle doesn't rotate. That's about it.
Yeah, it's moving to the
Why is that doing that?
One of my claws is acting weird.
One of your claws is acting weird?
Yeah, it's like whenever I try, it's got it centered on the joint, pivot point centered on the joint, but whenever I move it, it just decides to move the other three corners.
Right, yeah, I know. I think I'm getting the same issue. Which is really weird.
Yeah. No, we got use the insert. Just click on one of the groups. Then, okay. Now just move your flow arrows and see, figure out what the. So I think it's that one. But actually, let's come back to that one. Yeah. But it's moving all the other two groups. So let's come back to that one. Okay, one. Yeah, okay. And now we want to put hit now hit inserts. Now move it to these to that one with the raise and stuff that we're having issues with one right now, so
Man, this is really weird. I don't know why this is behaving this way. Oh. Okay. We got some weirdness. This is what I want you guys to do. Go ahead and delete the IK off your toes. So you want just the ankle one. We want that circle to be able to move the thingy still. But basically, if you look at the structure up here, we had some weirdness. Just go ahead and blow away your IK. There's like a structure underneath there. Delete all the IKs from the toes. You want to keep the one on the ankle, or the knee and the ankle, but your structure should look like this. We're just going to redo it real quick. If you click on the toe that's messed up, I have one that's highlighted here. It's orange. You click on that, and in your hypergraph hierarchy, hit F. You'll see that under one of those toes in there, there's two effectors, and there's another IK handle. If you delete those, it should fix the problem. Basically, we're going to redo our toes. So you're basically just going to create an IK from toe to toe tip and parent it.
So it's
The what?
the
The what?
The
Yeah, that.
Yeah, the effectors. That's what we're deleting here. What did you just
Yes. There's just two of them though. You know what? Actually, just delete the IKs. Screw it. I don't even know why we're using IKs anyway.
All the IKs.
Yeah, I mean, not the one in the ankle, but the ones on the toes. We'll just do this a different way to make it easier. Okay, so let's move ahead here. Just click on your circle, and we're going to create an attribute. So go to create. It's modify add attribute. So click on your circle and go to modify add attribute. And we're going to call this we're going to call this name claw. The claw. And give it a minimum of -10 and a maximum of 10. And go ahead and click add. And now if you click on that circle, you'll see that it's got a new attribute called claw. And if you hit Control A a couple times to get your channel box viewed again, when you select that circle, at the very bottom you can see the claw attribute. And if you click on claw and then middle mouse drag left and right in your camera view, you will see that the claw operates. Okay. So now what we need to do is hook the claw controller here to the actual joints. So go ahead and go to Window, General Editors, Connection Editor. Window, General Editors, Connection Editor. And what we're going to do is we're going to select the circle and load it left. So on the left hand side, you can see in the center it says from and to. And so on the left hand side, scroll all the way down and click the claw attribute. Now on the right hand side, we have to do this one at a time, unfortunately. So select one joint, one claw joint, load right. And we are going to hook this up to rotate Z. So if you scroll down in the left or on the right hand side, you'll see rotate. You can expand it and you'll see rotate Z. So on the left hand side at the top we've loaded the circle, on the right hand side at the top we've loaded the joint, and then you expand rotate and click rotate Z, and then with claw still selected, go ahead and rotate around to the other claw, select it, load that one right, and then click rotate Z, then grab the other one, load that one right, and click rotate Z.
I had some issues with them. Things in my closet coming up on it. Should I just wait?
Well, he should be able to help you. He's got it. You got it? So when you have that working, if you select the control and now middle mouse drag left and right on the claw again, what happens? It opens and closes, but it's not a whole lot of... Looks like it's not opening and closing all the way.
The mesh of the line included.
What?
The mesh of the line included the joints.
Yeah, I did it wrong.
Okay, that's better. We need to edit this attribute a little bit because we locked it into place. So if you select the circle and go to modify edit attribute, click on claw, and you want to uncheck has minimum and uncheck has maximum. Modify edit attributes. Modify edit attribute on the circle, uncheck has maximum and uncheck has minimum. And then when you use your claw, now it should completely open and close. What, Chris?
About 100% sure.
I think you did it wrong. Does anybody need help? You guys up there?
Christine. Well, I gotta do
First of all, why do you have this in like advanced mode? Display heads up.
select? What did you click and select over here?
That.
Oh, you did this? Oh, that's fine. There we go.
All right, who else needs help? Anybody? Okay, I'm gonna come around and help you guys.
Okay, mono mesh for some reason is not.
I'm gonna put this file up on the thing. Sorry. Chris, where'd you find this file?
Your C drive or your D drive.
Curls.
In here.
Robot or spider. Right there.
I'm putting this file up. If you guys want to grab it to start from where I'm at, if that's easiest.
You put the tiny or roll link up.
Any of you guys need help over here? Did you get it? Dan, you got it? Yeah?
Wait, can you have more than one version of Maya installed on one computer?
I don't know, can you?
What? Can you have more than one version of Maya installed?
Everybody got the files? Deanna? You got the files? Okay. So, we got the claw working here, and we can move this around. We do need to be able to rotate from the center. Can you shut that door? I think we actually just need one IK. Okay. Okay. Here's how we're gonna do that. Make an IK from the LF ankle to the toe. But I want you to double click on the IK tool first and make sure it's rotate plane solver. So you should have no IK on the toes right now. But I want you to make one from the ankle to any of the toes. It doesn't matter. So click on the ankle, then click on the toe. And then I want you to parent that toe IK to the ankle IK. So select the toe IK that you just made. Shift select the ankle IK and hit P. Then open up your hypergraph hierarchy and find it. Should be the second one from the bottom. Should look like, so now your structure should look like this. I want you to group the ankle IK. So group that and name it, you just name it ankle. And then snap the pivot point to the ankle.
What'd you do in the
Do what?
What'd you do in the hypergraph?
So all we did in the hypergraph hierarchy was just grouped the ankle IK. So we just added a group above it. So the ankle IK should be the second one from the bottom, and you just group it. So select it and hit Control G.
Did you parent the ankle to the knee?
Do what now?
Did you parent the ankle to the knee?
You parent the
And then the toe to the ankle.
parent the toe to the ankle, the toe IK to the ankle IK, and then the ankle IK should already be parented to the knee IK, and then you just group the ankle IK and then rename that group called ankle. And when you rotate that group, you're supposed to snap the pivot point to the ankle. So when you rotate it, that group, it should now rotate the foot. And then what I want you to do is that circle that we created, go ahead and shrink that circle and V-snap it to your rotate pivot of the other circle. Make it about 75% of what it is, so you should have 2 circles there now. Actually, you can make it a little bit bigger. That's weird. Huh. I did 1.25. Just one. It's weird. Whatever. Anyway, if you look up here, you can see I took that other circle and I snapped it. We're going to make this one the rotate. You can V-snap that to the ankle. Whoops. And then all we're going to do here is on that little control, delete history and freeze transformations, and then parent the group to it.
Go over that one more time.
Yeah. What's up?
I need to delete the history of it, of the thing.
Edit, delete by type history, modify freeze transformations.
We're doing that on the circle?
What's that?
We're doing that on the circle.
We are doing that on the new little circle.
Okay.
So, if you look at my structure up here, I parented the ankle group to the new NURB circle, and then parented that new NURB circle under the left leg group. Does anybody need any help? I kind of moved pretty quick on that. We're gonna make this guy walk too. Does anybody need help? Deanna, you need help? Wow.
Okay, what's what? Can I see? Okay. Okay, so you've got this. Delete history, moves and rotates the leg. The claw opens and closes, and this rotates the ankle. Although you need your 2 points. Got it?
Can you go around and help people? Who else needs help? Deanna, you need help? Deanna needs help in the front. Any of you guys need help? So we've got 3 controls right now. We've got the big circle, which moves the leg. We've got the little circle, which rotates the ankle. And then the big circle also has the claw open and close. That's all so far. Yo.
I think this is above my skill level.
Deanna, I'm putting the file in the Google Drive. We're just gonna... Please keep your Google Drive open. That way... Alright, the file's up there.
Deanna, with a few hours and
Deanna, you are the Kraken.
a couple pounds of bleach, I think I can get through it, but I don't have that kind of time right now.
Alright, Deanna, tell me when you've got it up. Okay, guys. The next step that we're going to do is we are going to add a twist to the knee of this guy because we need to be able to move his knee, point his knees. There's a bunch of different ways to do this, but I'm going to show you the easiest one. In your hypergraph hierarchy, if you click the top IK handle, it should be the one that's on the knee. and you scroll down in the channel box. By the way, I put this file up on the Google Drive in case you guys want to catch up, anybody. If you scroll down on the channel box, you'll see an attribute called twist. If you click that attribute and middle mouse drag it left and right, you'll see that it twists the knee. Okay? And what we're going to do is, since that attribute's pretty much buried and we're not going to let our animators have access to the IKs here, we need to connect this attribute to another attribute on the foot control, okay, where we put the claw. So go ahead and click the foot control, the big one, and go ahead and modify, add another attribute, and this one we are going to call twist. And just go ahead and hit OK. And now let's bring up our connection editor again, Window General Editor's connection editor. And for you bros that are pros, you can move ahead here, connect the big control twist, connect the big control twist to the knee IK twist from left to right. So you'll select the big circle, load left, click on twist at the bottom, then in your hypergraph hierarchy click that knee IK, then go back into your connection editor, load right, and we are going to connect that to twist on the right. Twist. So we have connected the big circle twist attribute to the knee IK twist attribute. Twist to twist. So now when you select the big circle and use the twist, it actually does twist on the knee. And now we can do all kinds of stuff with this leg, but since we're just going to do a quick walk cycle with this guy, I'm not going to go too bananas here. This leg is done for the most part. Now what we need to do is literally do the exact same thing for all the other legs. Doesn't that sound fun? So, I think what you can do, what we can try and do is if you click on the big circle, I haven't tested this, save your scenes. What we can try and do is go to Edit, Duplicate, and I just did Edit Duplicate, and I'm going to look at the structure of that in my hypergraph hierarchy here and see exactly what duplicated along with it. It looks like it created some IKs, but we're not going to be able to use those, so you can delete those IKs. And this is called LaFlag 1, so we want to change this to center or LC leg, and we'll call it just LC leg, and then the next one down you can call it LC leg group. We didn't really name that nerve circle or the ankle. I don't know, what is that, an ankle group? Yeah, so what you want to do is basically snap the control here to the ankle, one of your new ankles. And you can actually hide the geometry for this claw, or for the guy, by going show geometry, or show polygons. That way we're just dealing with bones here. Makes it a little bit easier. So if you snap the ankle control to the center ankle, and then in Y change it to 0, it'll snap to the ground. And then you also want to make sure that your big circle, or your little circle, is also V-snapped to the ankle correctly. So then you can take that structure that you just duplicated and duplicate it 1, 2, 3, 4 more times, snap it into place. Yeah, take that structure, snap it into place, and then you can do your renaming. So Control D to duplicate, snap it into place, 0 and Y, V snap the little circle, and then duplicate again. You got it, Chris?
We still need to connect these suckers to the bones, though.
But we're not going to do that just yet. We need to create the IKs. And we'll go through one leg at a time. Now on all these new structures, when you get them all created, we're going to need to shift select all the circles and delete history and freeze transformations before we add anything to them. So you'll shift select all the circles, and if you look up here in my selection, you can see I've got all the circles selected here. And you want to edit, delete by type history, modify, freeze transformations. The groups you don't have to do it on, just the circles. Edit, delete by type history, modify, freeze transformations. Anytime we want to connect stuff to objects or like NURB circles or polygons or whatever, you always want to freeze transformations and delete history before you do it. And I'm going to save this scene and put it up on the Google Drive in case anybody wants to just jump to where I'm at. I'm more concerned that you guys actually understand what's going on here rather than being able to do it. If you can do it and keep up, that's great. This stuff is very difficult. And we picked a pretty difficult thing to rig, don't you think? This guy's got a lot of moving parts. Can you imagine what it would be like to rig a transformer?
Or tank engine.
What's that?
Or like a little Thomas the Tank engine.
Yeah, Thomas the Tank. That was in one of my rigging classes one time. We did that. Thomas the Tank. Is that the choo-choo train?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, that was not a project favorite. We'll just put it that way. We had it completely rigged and took it into Unreal and had it all the engine parts and everything work in real time.
Nice.
That was not fun for anybody.
But was it rewarding?
Huh?
Was it rewarding?
Was it rewarding? Yeah, it was significantly rewarding, but You need help?
I need the URL.
You need the URL? So keep your Google Drive open because you never know.
This will look good on your demo note, huh? This will look good on your demo note. Yeah, read it.
Chris,
What?
do you know if Workzone offers A+ certification?
I don't know what that is. What is it?
It's the computer repair certification.
The what?
Computer repair.
Alright, for all you guys that want to move on here, I want to show you how to move on. So we've got all the control structures in place here. Now we just need to create our IKs. Okay, so I'm going to move on. It doesn't matter, pick any leg. Pick the front and the other front one, that's fine. And we are going to do double click your IK tool, make sure it's on rotate plane solver. And we're going to do an IK from the not the center hip, but the like hip that comes out all the way down to the knee. Then another IK from the knee to the ankle. Then another IK from the ankle to the toe. Any toe, doesn't matter. And then you're going to parent those up. So you're going to parent toe IK to ankle IK, ankle IK to knee IK.
So we're just remaking the one we did before?
We're just remaking the one, and that's it. That's all we're going to do. So when you move the knee IK, the entire leg moves, and then you can rotate the ankle IK, and it'll rotate the entire foot. So then you can guess what happens next. All we're going to do is parent these IKs into the particular control structure that we've created. So for example, the knee IK goes to the top circle, so we'll just parent that under. And you can middle mouse drag these into your control structure. And then the ankle IK goes under the group. You're basically trying to match the structure of your other leg here. I messed that up. So there's two IKs in there. Oh. There we go. So you want it to look exactly like the structure from your first leg when you parent it in. It should look exactly like the structure. And then test it, of course. And then you'll want to do your connection editor. You should already have the attributes in there, claw and twist. You just need to connect those. So, window, general editors, connection editor. We'll start with the twist to make it easy. So twist load the big circle, twist, then load the knee IK on the right, find the twist, and connect. Then we will start with the claw, and you'll have to load each bone on each claw bone individually. So reload right and connect the rotate. Rotate Z. Reload right, rotate Z. Reload right, rotate Z. So then we should have move, rotate, claw, and twist. So that's the process that you have to do to create all the other legs. I'm gonna go through these legs one by one here. If you guys would like to keep up, feel free to keep up. If not, you can just grab this after I'm done. But I'll go through the process as I'm doing it. If you want to start with another leg or whatever, just to kind of work along with me. I know it's a lot, but okay, so I'm going to start with another leg here. I'm going to create an IK from the hip of the leg down to the knee, then knee to ankle, then ankle to toe. Then I will parent them up the chain. So select toe IK, select ankle, shift select ankle IK, P, select ankle IK, shift select knee IK, and P. Then I need to parent these into my structure. So I'll find the structure here. And I'm going to go ahead and parent that in to the structure, and then I'm going to match this structure to my other leg structure. And then test it. So I'm middle mouse dragging these around in here. You can grab them and middle mouse drag them, and you can drop them under whatever you want to drop them under. So I'm just matching my leg structures here. Then I'll do the connection editor. Window, General Editor's Connection Editor. Load the circle. We'll do twist. Load the knee IK. And twist. Then I'll click claw. Load a bone. Find rotate, rotate Z. Load another bone. Find rotate, rotate Z, load another bone, rotate, rotate Z, and we'll test it. Claw and twist. That's leg 3.
You want to rotate Z the twist?
The twist should just be connected to the twist of the knee IK.
Okay.
3 legs down. So as you can see, I mean, the crappy part about rigging is that, like, if you're doing like repetitive stuff like this, you kind of have to build your structure from. You can't really duplicate leg structures. You have to like kind of create them. Kind of sucks. Alright, so I'm gonna do another leg here if you want to try and keep up. Hip IK to knee IK. Knee IK to ankle IK. And ankle IK to toe IK. And then parent it up. Then I want to figure out which controls. So it's these. I'll go ahead and parent my IK in. There we go. Now I'll do the connections. Window, General Editor's Connection Editor. Load the circle, twist. Then load the knee IK. And twist. Then I'll click the claw, grab a bone, load it, and rotate Z. Grab the next bone, load it, rotate Z. The next bone, load it, rotate Z. Now we'll test it. Claw and twist. There we go, 4 legs down. So I'm going to just zip through these real quick. You got this, Chris? For the most part. Once you do a couple legs, it's almost like you can kind of fly through it. Isn't that right, Chris? You're the professional.
I ain't never done nothing professional in my life.
Alright, 5 legs down. Move on to the last leg here. Anybody successfully do one of these? Or is this, yeah? Anybody over here? You guys? Anybody see success?
Rotate Z.
Rotate Z. Deanna, did you see success? No. Describe.
She has her own.
Define
She
success.
has her own
Computer
definition
hasn't
of
crashed
success.
today? Maya hasn't crashed today, so it's a success.
Yeah, I was just about to say she opened Maya. That's a success. I'm sorry. Hey, if there's any consolation you can give to us. Well, you can be mean to them, but not me. You see, I'm the secretary.
How'd you do, Chris?
I realized my whole thing didn't work. I parented it to another joint, not the one, the IK. I actually placed it on another leg, not the one that everything else was parented to. So it kind of like did that. After I redid it, it turned out okay.
Remember, these videos are online, so if ever in the future you need to create a robotic spider rig
Or a dragon.
or something similar, you keep that in mind. Alright, all legs are done. Boy, that was a beatdown. Okay, I'm gonna put this up on the Google Drive. Everybody grab it so we can go ahead and finish the last of the controls. I think everybody gets the leg for the most part. We've done it about 6 times now. Alright, Google Drive is up. Everybody grab the file. Get with me here. That's 6 legs in a row. That's fun. Isn't it?
Can we get the Google Drive URL? I think this cool Spartan rig I'm totally
Everybody got it? Everybody got the rig? So what's cool is like if you grab all the, well, let's move on. Forget it. I'm not gonna. All right. So now we need to attach these 2 top controls. Go to Show Polygons. Turn off your polygons here. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to basically parent constrain the massive hip control here and the neck control or head control. So select them, shift select both those big circles. Delete history, freeze transformations. Edit, delete by type history, modify, freeze transformations. Now we'll do these one at a time. We're going to use constrain, parent constrain option box. We want maintain offset checked on. Again, up at the top, constrain, parent constrain option box. So you want to select the control, then select the big control, then shift select the center hip and hit apply, not add. That will keep the window open. Then select the little circle and the neck bone and hit add.
I don't find that parent constraint. Where's it?
It is under constrain, option box for parent constrain.
Okay, it's just
Click on the far left where it says animation, or
Yeah.
the drop down, make sure it's animation.
and what did you do?
Maintain offset, make sure it's checked on. Then you're going to select the big circle, shift select the center hip, apply. Then select the little circle, shift select the neck bone, way in there, the little neck bone, and hit apply. Now when you rotate the, now you can bring the mesh back. I go to show polygons, and if you rotate the little circle, the head rotates. If you rotate the big circle, you got all kinds of stuff going on. So now that big circle, when you move it, whoa, he moves without a head. What the heck? He moves without a head, bro. So we need to parent that little circle to the big circle. So shift select the little circle, or select the little circle, shift select the big circle, and P.
Okay. Okay, so with the big circle and the center joint, hip joint selected, you press apply on the
Apply, yes. Select the big circle, shift select the hip bone, apply. Select the little circle, shift select the neck bone, apply. So when you move your center hula hoop around, homeboy's starting to move the way he's supposed to move. Let's go ahead and add a whoa. All right, so.
And you said you parented the big circle and the little circle?
You parent the little circle to the big circle.
Oh,
So select the little circle, shift select the big circle, and hit P. If you did it in reverse, just select the one that's parented and hit shift P. All right. Let's go ahead and set this guy up for animation. I want you to create 3 layers on the right. 1, 2, 3. In your layer editor on the right, if you can hit Control A a couple times to make sure that you get your layers here. Name one layer bones, then the other layer controls, then the other layer mesh. So you just double click it, type in bones, double click it, mesh, and double click it, control. And make the controls bright green. Now if you select all of the, you can do show and turn off everything and turn on show NURBS curves. Select them all and right click on your layer, add selected objects. Then you can do show none, show bones or joints. Select all those, add to bones, then do show none, show polygons, add all those to mesh, then do show all. So you can turn off bones, and you still have all these IKs, so you can add those to bones too. Just drag a box over all of them.
Joints is the bones.
Joints is bones, yes. And then you want to turn the visibility off on bones, and then on mesh and bones there's a center box. Make sure that is clicked R. Double click the center box until it turns to R. So just look at my layer structure up here.
And what do we click on in show for the controls?
Say what now?
What do you click under show for the controls?
Oh, I just used show and hide here, or you can click show none and then show polygons in order to like quickly select things to add to layers.
Yeah, but what did you show for the controls?
For controls, you do NURBS curves.
Okay.
NURBS curves.
And for the mesh,
Uh-huh.
Everything? For the mesh.
For the mesh, you go show none, show polygons.
You know what nerves means?
What?
I have no idea. I was asking.
NURBS is Maya's word for stuff. Okay, so everybody here ish? All we did was create 3 layers, one called controls, mesh, and bones, and then we added those items to those layers. Is anybody who's behind and needs help? Anybody? You just catching up? Your computer crashed. I'm gonna put this file on the Google Drive. The file is on the Google Drive for computer crashers. You guys that have moved ahead, the big circle is supposed to move the legs. So if you select all the big circles on the feet, shift select all those and parent those to the big circle. So that when you move the big circle, it moves all the feet. And you want to parent the center hula hoop to the big circle. So that when you move that big circle on the ground, it moves the entire bro. So parent all the big circles on the feet to the big circle, and then parent the hip circle to the big circle. So that when you move it, it moves the entire robot. And as you can see, if you turn on your joints layer to show, as you move that big circle, it's going to leave the root bone behind. And that's what we want, because that lets Unreal understand, hey bro, your dude's moving from 0, 0, 0.
I'm sorry, what'd you do to the root?
What's that?
What'd you do to the root? The root joint?
You don't do anything with the root. Here, just look up here. So now with this big circle selected,
Okay. Yeah.
if I move it, see that root stands behind?
Yeah.
That's going to let the engine understand that when we move this dude forward, the engine says, okay, he's moved this far.
Okay.
Okay? Is everybody here?
Wait, so you did the top 2? And drag them to the bottom, right?
No. The center hula hoop that moves the dude gets parented to the big circle at the bottom. Then all the big circles around the feet get parented to the big circle at the bottom. Now, as you can see, if you move the big circle, there's still rotate pivots that we have. You can hide those. If you go click on the ones that are showing, like you got some on your controls here, you can hit Control A, click on your display rotate pivots. What's up, Ninja?
What's up, sir?
Hide those rotate pivots. We won't need those anymore. And there's a couple of them on the bones, I think, or something.
Does it really affect anything?
They're on the objects. It doesn't really affect anything. It's just about kind of cleaning up your scene. It's not that big a deal. Just all depends on how detailed you are. Okay, I am finished with this dude. He is done. So I'm going to save this file and put it on the Google Drive. And let's go ahead. We got 20 minutes left. You guys want to try and make him walk a little bit today? Or call it?
Call it.
Wow.
Well,
It's like,
I'm rolling for
you know what we should do? We'll animate this guy walking to next time.
Yay.
If you want, go ahead and